boss. You're only the boss if you put up your own money. If you don't put up your own money, I don't care how much somebody gives you. You're nothing but a supervisor. It's not yours.
I'm cashing royalty checks and I ain't signed though. Hit a few radio sets without a high note. But this what I know, turn fold to 9 more. From Denimora to Rolex, my time rolled. They said my grind was old. I came home at 28, broke, my mind was on. To find a job, nope, so my job was find my own. And what my PO ain't know, every night I'm off. That's what I counted on. I said music will pay my bills.
Shout out to everybody jumping on the A&R Desk. Logic Army, I see you, my brother. Salute. Way of overseas. Shout out to Castro 718.
Let's keep it real. You frontin' for the rails. I'ma post up. You just gonna post all in your feels. For them likes, you gon' pen whatever's right. Like your story. 24 hours out of my sight. I'm unsigned. We taking flicks.
Shout out to my dude. I see you. Joey, I see you. To see wisdom. Shout out to everybody jumping on right now.
Let's get
All right. Let's get this going. Shout out to Miss Jackson. Shout out to everybody jumping on. This is the A&R Desk. If anybody, this is your first time, we're bringing A&Ring right to your phone. Today's going to be a very interesting day. It's going to be a very interesting day. We are going to be doing A&R preparations. That's right, A&R preparations. A lot of shows do music reviews. I'm tired of seeing the music reviews where people up there making fun of people's art, not giving them any true sense of what they could do better. I'm tired of music reviews where you see someone just vibing to something that probably needs a little bit of work. So what we're doing today, we're gonna have music reviews as well, but we're gonna have A&R preparations today. I'm gonna let a few more people go in, and we're going to talk about how we're going to do it, what's the rating system, so that way you can gauge what it is you need to do and where this record is. And we're doing this all from an A&R perspective here at the A&R Desk. So I hope everyone's ready. Hope everybody's ready. Let's change the tempo a little bit. Let's change the tempo. My man said legit vibe with Spud Brooklyn. Shout out to you, my brother. Shout out to everybody jumping on. Much love to everybody. I see a few new people on there, so shout out to you. We're gonna let a few more people go on, and then we're gonna get right to it. Rudy Sag, I see you, my brother. We're gonna do a deep dive. Casual says, Spud Brooklyn, I would like to introduce you to Addy 718. Shout out to Addy 718. Shout out to Sav Bossed Up. Shout out to everybody jumping on. Monster Yo, I see a few people. Let me just break down what we're gonna do today at the A&R Desk. First of all, if this is your first time at the A&R Desk, I'm Spud Brooklyn, A&R consultant, business consultant. Someone said that I should actually start using my credentials, but I've worked with almost every record label you can name. Got a few acts signed. Consulted for Instagram, Tesla, Adidas, Budweiser. Who else? BuzzFeed. The list goes on. What we doing with the A&R Desk? We bringing A&Ring right to your phone. I'm sharing some of the things that we do in the office and business-wise to prepare the listener. We're taking it back to the independent artists. So my man said straight out of Bushwick. Salute to the Wick. The Wick is in the building. You know I'm a Bushwick representative. So salute to everybody jumping on. Much love to that. So we most definitely see Eve Muse, DJ Sam. So we're gonna do some A&R preparations as well as music reviews. What we're gonna do with the music review? If you send in music with a music review, I'm gonna review it and I'm gonna go back to the people, the listener. We're gonna let the world, the audience, give you the feedback. But if you want the A&R consultant, the A&R preparation, I'm gonna put up all the information. You're gonna send $20, and people are like, what does $20 get you? It's not gonna get you me sitting here talking about, yo, that's dope, that's fire, next, or yo, don't quit your job, bro, keep your job. this music thing ain't for you. No, we're gonna take a deep dive. We're gonna go into your analytics. I'm gonna pull up your analytics and show you what you need to strengthen on or what you have your strength in. I'm gonna come from an A&R perspective or an executive perspective, talk about the direction and where you could go. I'm gonna come from a listener's perspective, and each perspective you're gonna gain points. I'm gonna show you the point system. I'm gonna show you the actual grid, which is my system called the PAP system. PAP, product analytics and presentation. This is what I use when shopping an artist. This is when I use when gauging where artist is in his grind. We're gonna be using that. So we're gonna take a deep dive. We're gonna go into your Instagram. We're gonna look in, and I'm gonna give you your rate system on where you are with this particular record. So before we even go into that, shout out to everybody. I'm gonna go right into. My man said we active. Believe it or not, that's not bridging A&R correct way. So shout out to Casual going in. I love it. So what I'm gonna do before we go into everything, I'm just gonna break down the PAP system right there, so everybody can get a few. And I might do this periodically during the show, just to give context to anybody who's jumping on. The PA system, right? The PAP system. This is the PAP system we're gonna be going by. The PAP system breaks into points. This is how we're gonna do it. This is the actual system that I use when shopping an artist. That's correct. Hold on. I want y'all to see me. That's the actual system that I use when shopping an artist, so I could get an idea of where this artist is. So when I pitch them, I know what to do. Let's go back to that. So if you see in the green is the placement. Matter of fact, let me stop the music for this. Right? If you see in green, everything in green is placement, where the artist falls in placement. If you submit a song during this episode of the A&R Desk, you start with 50%. You start automatically with 50% if you submit a record, right? Because 50% is the product. You need the product. Once we get into the green area here, we'll decide what record actually, where it falls in its placement. You get 5 points. Now, you could probably fall in 2 placements. It could transition or fade and bleed into another, so you could get more points. Once you go into the orange, where you see listener, executive, and producer, each bullet point is 5 points in that category. So we're going to be listening as a listener. I'm going to give you direction as a listener, because when you're selling a product, you got to actually sell it to someone who's investing in you, like the executive. You also got to make sure you have the product for your listener. So we're going to go into all these different aspects. Each aspect in bullet point is 5 points. Shout out to Chopin. So that's how the point system works. You automatically start with 50. After that, we categorize the points. Now, what the points mean, right? People probably say, what is the points? I don't get the points. Well, this is how the points get graded. Once your points are, you start with 50. If you can't get out of 50, which 90%, if not 100% of the people will get out of 50, because your record will fall in some type of category to get you 5 points. Each category gives you a different setup to show you where you are with your music. Now, again, this is the grading system I use. So if you just have 50 or you're close to 50, that's the product. You have the product. That's 50% of the battle. You have the product. If you go into 60%, that's the jump start. You're jump starting your record. You're getting a little momentum. You're out the hump. Having the product, you're in the hump. Out the hump. You get into 70, that's the local act state. Time for you to spread your wings, get your performances on, build your brand. And that's where a lot of people fall and don't realize it. That's not a bad place. That's a very extremely beautiful place if you know what to do. Also, it goes back down into the radar. Once you get into 80%, the radar hits hot. This is when the labels are kind of willing to hear you, see you. You're getting some traction. Your name is going around on sites. The algorithm is changing. After that, 90% is ready. That means you're ready. We could shop you. We could do it. We have the strength to do that. If you get 100% and more, 100 plus, that's what we call leverage. That's when you have the opportunity to walk in a building and be like, yo, check this out. This is what we doing. Now, I must say, I must say, what I'm sharing with you right now, label heads probably be upset with me. Shout out to my brother right now that just jumped on. Papa, I ain't even gonna go into. Yo, La, what's good, my dude? What I'm doing right now, the labels will probably be upset with me. Probably get a few emails in the morning. I'm cool. CC, I see you. But that's what we're gonna do. So how are we gonna do the submissions, right? If you want the deep dive, and when I say the deep dive, we're gonna go into your sound charts. We're gonna go into your analytics, just to give you a preview of how the analytics look. I'm gonna show you right now. So this is how we're gonna do the deep dive, right? We're gonna go into, see here, right here. This is analytics right here. So what we're gonna do also, part of the executive aspect of this whole thing is I'm gonna deep dive into your analytics. I'm gonna go into your TikToks. I'm gonna go into your Spotify. I'm gonna go into your chart system. I'm gonna go into your playlisting. I'm gonna see where you're peaking number one, like this artist right now. He's peaking number one overseas. He got a few records going on. Yada 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 yada. But this is what I mean. We're gonna go deep dive. In order to get the deep dive for today's A&R Desk, what we're gonna do is we're gonna have 2 submissions. I'm gonna put the number on the screen. I was gonna do the email. We're gonna keep the number. I'm gonna put the number on the screen. If you send me your record, we could do the preview. I'll preview it. I'll ask the viewers how they feel about this record, and we'll go from there. If you really want to get the deep dive, I'm gonna put the Cash App up there. It's gonna be $20 for the deep dive. I'm gonna give you the review. I'm gonna give you the point system. Let me go back to that. I'm gonna give you the whole point system. We're gonna categorize it. I'm gonna tell you where this record is. We're gonna dissect whether the listener, executive, or producer aspects of your record need strength. I'm gonna go down each category, and then we also gonna place you in the grading chart, so you can have an idea of how idea where you at. Miss Jackson said, how do we pay? Sorry, I missed that part. Stepped out for a minute. So I'm gonna put the Cash App up. I'm gonna put the Cash App up. It's Spud Brooklyn. When you do pay, in the memo, please put your Instagram handle name and the name of your song so I know you paid. If we run out of time and you paid, I'm shooting your bread back. That's not a problem, but that's what we're gonna do. So if you want a music review and you just want to hear how people feeling with it, it's cool. But if you ready for that deep dive, of your music to prepare you where you are, that's what you gotta do. So this is the number right here, 347-2. You see it. I ain't gotta even read it. I'm not gonna pin it. You see it. And also he said, I would need a re-explain of the chart system. I could get that to you. I'll get that to you right now. I'm gonna do that right now. But that's the number right there. This is the Cash App right there. Spud Brooklyn. It's on the screen. That's if you want the deep dive. You let me know about that and we go right in. Once you send the Cash App and the deep dive, you could comment, I'm ready. If not, just send the text. I'm gonna check the texts in a little bit and we'll just go into a regular review. This is up to you. I'm doing this solely for preparation purposes only. So I'm gonna do one more explanation of the chart system. When you submit a record, you start at 50%. 50%, that's automatic. When you start with a product, that's 50% of the sale. You gotta have the thing that's needed that you want to sell. That's 50. Let's go to the chart system. The green area on the top is placement, where your product is placed. Mainstream, alternative, underground. You get 5 points for any category that you fall in. Most people fall into 2, bleed into another one, or make crossover records. You get 5 points. Each category between listener, executive, and producer, you get 5 points each bullet point in there. We're going to talk about how the view of the record. We're going to talk about the context. We're going to talk about the look. As an executive, we're going to talk about the analytics. We're going to talk about if it's trending. We're going to talk about, again, the look on paper. That's more deep diving in the analytics. As a producer, the mix, how it sounds, the song structure. Is it structured too long? Is the chorus too long? Is it too short? And the look and sound. Does it match Do you match how you sound? Imagine if Stop Drop by DMX, and then a guy, when you finally see the guy, it's Urkel. The sound of the record does not match the artist. Be kind of a confusing sell, right? Kind of a confusing sell. So that's what we're gonna do. Yo, peace to the Real Book of Orlando. Shout out to you. My man Casual said this is very useful. So we're gonna let a few people go through that real quick. And I got an announcement to make. In the meantime, while we let some of this information get reset, if anybody needs any updates to that. And again, you don't have to pay the bread to get a review. You could just, the number on the screen, you could text the number on the screen. It's not blocked. I just want to make sure it's not blocked. You could text the number on the screen. We'll do a review. We'll go back to the people, and then you get an idea of what it is. But if I'm talking to those that want a deep dive, shout out to my man Ismazi on the A&R Desk. Today we doing deep diving, my brother. Deep diving A&R preparations. Again, if you want it, the deep dive with the analytics, we're going straight into your SoundCloud, your Spotify, your social media. We're gonna dig. So before we go on, I want to make an announcement. So I'm gonna let everybody settle in and figure out what they want to do. You said you said deep dive. We're gonna deep dive. But what we're gonna do today, right now, I want to give some information. I want to share a few stuff that came up. So recently, on a page called "No Labels Necessary," there was a post of Chance the Rapper speaking about artists, and I'm gonna play that post. I'm gonna play that post so people could check it out, and then I'll continue on from there.
I would say to anybody out there that's an independent artist, my number one piece of advice: don't sign a record deal. Don't sign a distribution deal. Don't sign a publishing deal. Don't sign a management deal. Hire the people that you need to work with you. Pick out your goals and go get them done. And you could get them done, and it'll work, and you'll connect with your fan base, and you'll make money. And your rise will be as fast or as slow as you want it to be.
Okay, so that was the post. That was the post right there. Hope everybody got to hear it. My monitoring was off, so only you guys were able to hear it, but I know the post. So in that particular post, the brother said that he would advise artists to not sign anything. No recording contract, no publishing, no management. And on that particular post, I said that advice was partial. I cannot tell you the amount of DMs I got. I can't tell you the amount of DMs I got saying I was a hater or I was wrong. And I would have this conversation continuously with people that reached out to me. Some people made the comment or not. And I said it was partial. The reason why I said it was partial, I want all the artists on this live to understand. A lot of times artists that are on give partial information because it sounds great. And I'm not saying that it was him, but a lot of times we take this advice and run with it. The reason why this information was partial, there is no one said contract alike, right? Every contract could be different. He could be advising someone out of the best publishing deal ever. He could be advising someone out of the best recording contract ever, single deal ever. He gave no context to the reason why not to sign. Then he went to say that you should hire the people you need. A large percent of the people making music are trying to still figure out how they're going to pay for their studio time, their video, their YouTube promotion, and get on a playlist, right? So to hire. So his advice is coming from someone where money wasn't an issue, right? And I'm not taking that from him. That's beautiful to see his grind. But I think the way he went approaching with this independency, a lot of artists that have these big opportunities and situations with big brands are so thirsty to keep this independent. So he dropped an album.
I would say to anybody,
Acid Rap, right? He dropped this album called Acid Rap right here. This one right here, right? This album. He dropped it called Acid Rap, and this is the first body of work that got him the 1.5 downloads on thatpiff.com. That was the first thing that did it for him. And on this album, he had Vince Mesa, Twista, I think the kid is named BJ, the Chicago kid. He had some names which help amplify. Now, the story that he should be pushing is how did he get those names on it? The independent artist needs to know that. So it's either he had well-known connections or he had the money. There goes the equation that's missing out of his advice. Right? Then let's get some. Let's switch that up. Let's switch it up. Let's get a little deeper on the music, right? So then he made a deal with Apple. And I read a lot of stuff about it. And he was so destined to prove that he did not sign a deal with a major. And he went to explain. He said, Apple just gave me $500,000 to make sure that my album was solely on Apple. That's a distribution deal, my dude. You sign a distribution, and there's nothing wrong with the come up. But to advise the independent artists in the path that you did and exclude some of the details is setting people up for failure. And this is why, shout out to Big French. This is why I said it was a failure. I mean, excuse me, this was partial. If I don't want to say it was a failure, it was a partial information. This is why I said it was partial information. And I wanted to clarify that because there's some people that's on right now that saw this post and also commented on me like, why would you even come at him like that? And I'm not hating his plight. I'm not hating his grind. I just feel that a lot of artists that made extremely good and dope opportunities perpetuate this whole concept of independency and not tell the whole story, and then have millions of people who look up to this advice as factual advice and live and die by it. So that's my thing. That's why I wanted to talk about it today and touch on it, because I know there was a few people who was on the live now wondering why I was coming at them. So let's go into, let me just check the phone lines real quick. So we do have a submission. Is it a video? Yes, it is a video. So we're gonna go into this first deep dive. This artist's name is Thomas English. The record is called Fuck 'Em. Okay. He in a big vibe. He's in a big vibe. So what we're gonna do first is, I'm gonna give y'all the rundown. What we're gonna do first is we're gonna go into the video. We're gonna check out the video. Then we're gonna break down the categories. Once we break down the categories, then we're gonna go into the analytics. Anybody who missed the breakdown of the analytics, oh, it's not a video. I was told it's not a video. Okay, it's not a video. It's all right. We're still gonna go play it. We're gonna bring it up and we're gonna go through it. I see some more submissions, so we're gonna go on it. So we got one deep dive right now. Let's go on that. It's cold. What's strange? All right, so this is Thomas English. Let's situate this real quick, and we're gonna take a listen. All right, Thomas English. Here we go. Feel free to comment. I'm gonna take a listen.
You motherfucker, you. Yeah. I go by the name of Thomas English, man. Straight up out that Northern California. I'm gonna criticize you on this one. I don't give a fuck though. Fuck. Fuck all the ones who doubted me, said it was a rap. And fuck all of those who said it wasn't no get back. Fuck all the parents who don't be raising their kids right. Fuck the kids who disrespectful with no respect for life. Fuck the history that was told to us Africans. Fuck the schools and their curriculum full of shenanigans. Fuck the police, the judges, and the president. Fuck all this processed food with all the poison in it. Fuck them slumlords, car salesmen, and politicians. Fuck them scamming ass jewelers and public defenders. Fuck the parole officers and them COs. Fuck them prisons and wardens and them jail clothes. Fuck them teachers and principals and the counselors. Fuck that bullshit that they wanna use to counsel us. Fuck them OGs, old heads. Gatekeepers only wanna use their thumb to hold us down and count their paper. Fuck 'em. fuck 'em. I say fuck 'em. I said fuck 'em, fuck 'em, fuck 'em. I say fuck 'em, fuck 'em. Fuck Trump and all that fuck shit that he did. Fuck the devil and all of his demons. Fuck fake family and fuck fake friends. Fuck all them bullshit gangs and them fake trends. Fuck them bitches who don't know real niggas' valuables. Fuck all them bitches hating on Kevin Samuels. Fuck everybody that ain't tryna endure. And fuck anybody who don't like Tupac Shakur. Fuck all them J-Cat DJs and Jakey promoters. Fuck them streaming platforms and them shareholders. Fuck the mooches and leeches and all the non-believers. Fuck them identity thieves. They don't want free us. Fuck cancer, fuck AIDS, fuck every disease. Fuck them chicken shit jobs, fuck minimum wage. Fuck the slave trade, fuck all them slave ships. Won't say fuck God though, on some real shit. Fuck 'em, fuck 'em, fuck 'em. I say fuck 'em. I said fuck 'em, fuck 'em, fuck 'em. I say fuck 'em. CIA, fuck the KKK and the DEA, fuck SWAT, fuck the FDA, fuck whoever killed Martin and Malcolm, okay? Ayy, fuck paparazzi and media for show. Fuck the elites hating on the big three though. Fuck Wall Street, fuck Dow Jones, NASDAQ, S&P, fuck them home loans. Fuck inflation, fuck gentrification, fuck no shut upness and senseless conversation. Fuck child molestation, fuck serial killers. Fuck you if you ain't really fucking with us. Fuck turncoats, fuck backbiters, fuck cocksuckers and dick riders. Fuck them IG views, fuck them Jordan shoes, icy passes and pews, fuck that Kardashian news. Fuck 'em, fuck 'em, fuck 'em. I say fuck 'em. I said fuck 'em, fuck 'em, fuck 'em. I say fuck 'em, fuck 'em. You say fuck me, I say fuck you. 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 Get it? You say fuck me, I say fuck you. You say fuck me, I say fuck you. Fuck you, fuck 'em, fuck 'em, fuck 'em. I say fuck 'em. Fuck 'em, fuck 'em, fuck 'em. I say fuck 'em. I said fuck 'em, fuck 'em, fuck 'em. I say fuck 'em, fuck 'em.
All right, so that was Thomas English with Fuck 'em. I didn't know what to expect with Fuck 'em. From the gate, the clean version is gonna be hilarious though. Yo, French, chill, man. You took it out my mouth. Pause, super pause on that. So what we're gonna do right now is I'm gonna pull up the grid, right? I'm gonna do the, like I said, we're gonna do the deep dive now. Let's get some music. We're gonna do a deep dive. Matter of fact, I'm gonna take notes. I'll be right back. I'm gonna get a piece of paper. We're gonna do this the right way. We're gonna do it. I'm right back. Back at my desk. We're gonna take this deep dive right now into the categories and we're gonna break it down. Like I said, every submission you start with 50%. That's 50% from the gate. So you got 50%. Let's see where this record. Shout out to Epic TV. Shout out to Tony Brasco. Shout out to Frenchie. Shout out to Black. Shout out to Thomas English for jumping on City the Great. All right, so let's go back to this deep dive. Right, we got some work to do. We got work to do. All right, so I'm gonna pull it up real quick. I'm gonna pull up the system. All right, so let's check this out. Remember the aspects we're gonna be doing this. It's gonna be listener, executive, and producer. We're gonna get 5 points each joint, right? My man says strictly shade 5. Yo, French, would you stop, man? Shout out to Big French. He knows the vibe. So it's 50% off the gate. A record like this from the gate, you could tell that the response was dope. Everybody was feeling what he said. The content is something that everyone could most definitely get a feel to. So that's evident. Everybody was feeling it. But I will say the content does not fall on the mainstream right now or alternative. It will be under the underground. So he gets 5 points for that. Now, can it transition into a mainstream? It can. I'm not saying just because it's in one category in the PAP system, which is the product analytics and presentation, anybody jumping on. This is the actual formula that I use when shopping an artist with labels, and it works. So he gets 5 points for going in the underground placement. Anything in the green is the placement. Now we're going to go into the listener, the vibe. He most definitely got a point in a 5. You could tell by the response of the people. As soon as I heard it, I got it. It was a lot of fuckums though. It was a lot of fuckums. It is most definitely a B-side. So he got 5 points on the vibe. As far as the content, the context was dope. It touches on pain, it talks about politics, it talks about all the things we talk about in our living room. So he's gonna get another 5. He's gonna get another 5. Excuse me, for context. He's gonna get a context. So the look, the in-person look. So what we're gonna do now is we're gonna go to his Instagram. This is the deep dive. Shout out to Lee. We're gonna go into the deep dive for Thomas English real quick. Let me pull that up while I'm still talking about the record. Thomas English, right? And then we're gonna go from there and check out some more stuff so we could do it. So he got a 5. He got a 5 for so far the placement of underground, vibe, context. Now we're gonna go into the look, the in-person look. Now sometimes when we hear a record, like, and this is what A&Rs do when they in the label, when they hear a record, they automatically try to place, does this person fit the look? You know what I'm saying? Does they fit how they look? So we're gonna pull up Thomas English right now on his page. Let's go to that real quick. All right, so this is his page. All right, so this is a deep dive, like I said. So the in-person look, immediately, as superficial as this shit may sound right now, they would most definitely want this number right here. If you can see my mouse, this number right here to grow. So what I would tell him is he got to build on his number. So as far as the look, we're chopping off on that 5. His page is clean. The first few things talk artists. I see the advertisement of fuck 'em, beautiful. It's the first thing. I see the reel with the tape. So just as a first browse as an exec, you could see artistry. You could see shout out to Bussin'. We had Bussin' playing on a show before, so you see the artistry. So matter of fact, I'm gonna give him a 5 on the look, but he most definitely gotta get that number up. He gotta get his following up. I do see in his post he does have a link, his YouTube link. I would say also that bio is very important because we just heard the record and we made an assumption of who you are. So that bio will help lead us. So you want to make sure your bio kind of gives more in-depth information about you. You might be a rapper, singer. You might be a songwriter, producer. There might be more elements to you than just fuck 'em. And if I'm an A&R who's kind of like, I like the vibe, but it's too much profanity, I might lose out on that. So you wanna work on that as well. Let's come back to me. Sorry about that. Let's go back to the main. All right, let's get some more music. So I'm gonna give you the 5. I'm gonna give you the 5 on the in-person. I'm gonna give you the 5. That's tight. That's tight. That's me giving you the 5. Most executives wouldn't, so I'm gonna put a circle around it. That's the possible, right? That's the possible. Let me just get right. So that's the possible. So right now he's at 55, 60, 65%. He's at 65%. That's listener. That's listener. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna go into the producer aspect. We're gonna skip analytics right now, and we're gonna go into the producer, which is down at the bottom. So we're gonna talk about the mix. The mix was clean. The mix was clean. So now we're in the producer. Mix is clean. So I'm gonna give you a 5 on that. Clean. I will say song structure, it was a little long. It was a little long at the end. And the reason why I say that, A&Rs will be like, yo, I like it. And then you want them to like it. Hold on, let me take this down. You want them to like it and then have them double back for it. You don't want the record to feel like you got a full stomach, right? You want to give them something and enough to come back. I dig the energy again. For a B-side record, it's most definitely a dope record. For an underground record, it's most definitely for a record that you putting out. I'm speaking solely as preparing this record for a situation. The fuckums was a little too much. The clean on that version will be hard. It will be interesting, like he said. It will be very, very interesting. He said funkum will be the radio. Funkum could play on it. Funkum could tie away from that. So the mix was cool. The mix was cool. Song structure, we're not gonna I'm gonna leave that one blank on the song structure, only because as shopping a record, the cursing, the fuckums, and at the end the soulful fuckums, like from the heart, and the gut fuckums that everybody feels that, but they not gonna really look at that for radio. And again, the look, and let me go back to the chart so everybody can see. And as we're in the producer bracket for anybody's who's keeping along, the look. So each category has the look. The listener has an in-person look, the executive has an on-paper look, and then the producer has an on-sound look. So I'm gonna give him a 5 for the on-sound look. And the reason why I'm giving him a 5 for the on-sound look, if we go back to his page, which we will, he has that feel. He has that feel. I could see him saying fuck him. I could see it makes sense. You know what I'm saying? Even just looking at the text of his stuff, you know, if he was like a pimp or something, or he was like some kid with glasses and in a school setting, it probably wouldn't match. So that's the, you know, in sound look matches. So I'm most definitely gonna give him that on the in look. So now what we're gonna do, we got these categories right now. So right now he's up to 55, 60, 65, 70, 75. So it's 70 plus the 5 possible. I was giving him the 5 possible in the categories of the look in person minus the followers, minus his followers, right? Shout out to everybody going on. What we doing right now, A&R Desk, is deep dive. We're doing a deep dive in artists. We're not doing those rinky dink music reviews where I just say it's dope, or I say quit your day job and send you on your way. You know, we're doing a deep dive so artists can get a real true sense of what their record needs and where it's at. Now, how trash it is, what it needs, because even if you might feel a record is trash, there's things that could be added to it that could make that shit something. So that's what we doing here. So now we got to go into the last category, and then once we do that, we're gonna tally it all up, and we're gonna figure out where he grades in. This category is the executive category. So now we're about to go into sound charts. And this is where it gets very interesting, my people, because now we're going to go into what I kind of hate at times at the labels is the analytics. Because analytics is very unfair. It's very, very unfair. And I don't really like it. It kind of sucks. Not the best. Not the best. So we're gonna punch up Thomas in there. Shout out to everybody jumping on right now. Let's get this down. So I'm trying to get into your analytics, my brother, and it's not coming up. This is weird. Let's try one more time. We're gonna get this going on real quick. Thomas English. Let's see. And it's not coming up. That's very interesting. Let's try one more time. Thomas English. This is very weird. You're not coming up in the analytics. Every artist comes up in the analytics. This is very, very, very interesting. Let me type in another artist name to make sure it's working. I'm gonna type me in. My analytics is not the, yeah, that showed up. My brother, as far as your artist name, I gotta ask this. I know you put out music under Thomas English. Have you originally put out music under a different name? This is a new drop this week. I understand it's a new drop, but with the analytics, who you are as an artist comes up, period. So it's very interesting that I don't see Thomas. Is it under Thomas? Just no, I see a Thomas. I don't see a Thomas English. I'm scrolling like a whole bunch of Thomas the way that you spell it. Let's try English again. Oh, bro, this is very interesting. So there could be a mistake in how your name is placed or how you put out music. If you put out music recently under a different name or a different version, but this is very interesting. I'm gonna put in the song "Fuck 'Em" and see if it comes up. Sometimes that works. Fuck 'Em comes up, but not you. Bloodface, LaChat, TLC, Chino, Azrael, Beatsy. I see a lot of fuck 'ems, but not spell Thomas English. Yes, that is the spelling. No, it's not coming up. So just for time's sake, I'm gonna say in the analytics, as far as the trend factor, I can't give you a 5. Originality, I'm gonna give you a 5 on that. While everybody's really singing lovey-doveys and all these other club records, you did try to do something different. And again, let me explain something. When you're talking in the label, originality doesn't mean like you're the only one who did it. It means the separation of the direction of music. So when they say originality in the office, it's not like you're the very first one to do it. Are you in the pipeline of what's hot, what's trending? And that's why I have originality. If you see the chart, there's originality and then trending factor, because those are two different things. Now you can get in the trending factor depending on how you do. So I'm not gonna give you. I gave you a 5 on the originality. I'm not gonna give. I'm sorry, my brother, but I'm not gonna give you one on the paper look, because we can't pull up your analytics. Shout out to BJ, so we can't pull up your analytics. Shout out to Fleas, and I'm not gonna give you one on the trending factor. So now we're gonna tally this up and we're gonna go to my grade system. Anybody who just jumped on, what we're doing right now is can't find what you're looking for, add data. Let me see something before we go. It says let me add data. Do me a favor, text me a Spotify link right now before we finish these votes. Miss Jackson or Thomas English, send me a Spotify link right now. I just got a notification from, they see I was searching someone, this is how accurate it is. It's like, to further deep dive into it, please send additional data. Solo Jones, yes. So I just got right here, send additional data. So if you want me to do this deep dive, I don't want to minimize you for some points that you could possibly get, but send that over. What I'm gonna do right now is I'm gonna do the point system. We're gonna tally that. I'm gonna give you that 5 from earlier. So that's 70. That's 75. No, 70, 75. You at 75. We're gonna keep it at 75 on your ranking. Now let's go to the board. If you look at the board right here, where you fall at, right? You fall into you pass the local act and you're not quite past towards the radar. So what this means is local act into radar, you have to build yourself and your audience a little bit heavier for the points. This is where in the PAP system you fall into. So you're in a really good mark. You have a few things that you got to work on, which was most definitely your analytics. on social media as well as your music, which we still gonna see if I could get a Spotify link. We're gonna still see if I could do the deep dive for your analytics, because I really would like you to see the behind the scenes of what your music is doing for you, so you could get an idea of where you are with that. So you fall in between the local act and radar. You in a building stage. This is a real building stage. A typical artist like this, I would tell them, listen, we got to get that record and push it harder. We got to get some momentum. We got to get some more posts going just to build the presence before it's shopped. DJ BJ Clark, shout out to BJ. Shout out to DJ BJ Clark, the host at 104.5 FM, independent radio. The brother right now, we have some winners on our show. For those that just jumped on, we do deep dives like we're doing today. We also have competitions like Is It a Smash, where artists can go head to head. The viewers vote and the winners get prizes. Sometimes it's money. In this case, 2 gentlemen were able to get their song in rotation on 104.5. Shout out to DJ BJ Clark for that. And also an interview with Miss Jackson's media group by way of Epic TV, worldwide interview. So we got a lot of different things that we do with this. We have Jasper next. I see he put the hand and he's patiently waiting. He said 104.5 will spin their records. Look at that, will spin their records. Salute to him for even allowing that. And this is what the networking and being around like-minded people that love what we do for independent artists and the creatives, when we come together, what we could do, because we're kind of tired of watching the independent market be used up, paying for stuff just to get this. Let me just check if they sent over a Spotify list. Yes, Miss Jackson, shout out to Miss Jackson for sending over the Spotify link. I'm gonna put that link in. I'm gonna put that link in right now, and we're gonna see what we got. We're gonna have some different music playing right now. So while we do this, let me check out this link, copy, and we're gonna see if Thomas comes up, because I really want him to see this. Thanks for processing the request. We'll keep using it. In the meantime, we cannot pull up the data. I just got a notification that they said they can't pull up the data. They cannot pull up the data. So we're dataless right now. So you are at 70. 70, I gave you the 5, 75. So that's your rating, my brother. 75. Let's go back to the chart again so you can see that's your rating. Really dope space to be in. It's not a bad place to be in. So shout out to you, my brother. Like, this is a good way to gauge where you at. I just wanted to clap on that, get some love. All right, so we're gonna move right on to the next artist. She said that's odd, Miss Jack. It is very odd. I don't know why he is not coming up. What I will do is I will continue to put his name in, because I do want him to see that deep dive. But we're gonna move right along. We're gonna go into Jaspin. That's what we have right now. This record right here, it has a feature. It's called All of Me. We're gonna set that one up real quick, and we're gonna do the whole deep. Wait, are we doing a deep dive? Let me make sure if we're doing a deep dive. If not, we're just gonna do the music review. Again, if you were doing a deep dive, for the extensive deep dive, if you see on the screen, let me move this because I'm talking around all this stuff. I got all this stuff here. If you wanted to do the deep dive, you see on the screen, you could text your song. It's $20 for the deep dive. $20. I should pin that. But I'm not gonna pin that today. Today we are just going off words. Sometimes things are not as clear as you need them to be. So let's prepare this next record. All right, so I got it ready and set. This is Jasmine. All of Me. All right, let's set that up. And here we go. Let's fade this out and get to this record. All right.
I took a That one day we get closer, as tight as a fist. I love to reminisce about you. Oh, what a feeling. Oh, I could be dreaming. You with my you're the love I needed. Thought I
Hello?
needed.
Yo, Jasmine, what you up to?
Trying to stay unproblematic.
What can I do for you, sir? I mean, I'm trying to get into something today. I got way too much on my mental.
Hold on. I think T got something going on today.
Yo.
What's up, T?
Living legend, what's good?
Yeah, I gotta chill with that, man. What's up?
Don't you got something going on today?
I'm actually packing up to go to this kickball game right now, but I had a couple teams that canceled on me, so I'm trying to figure that out right now.
I just gotta do something with my head. I know that.
I mean, we down to take over, though.
Well, y'all do what y'all need to do and just meet me on the field.
Bet that
Sit
up.
back.
Bet. All right.
All right, bet.
T. I played the bad guy in enough love scenes, I'm moving on. A new script, a different page, a bigger role. Starring me as R&B to a broken soul. I cast over my past when I was broken cold. But I'm better than that. You ever given out love without getting it back? You ever made memories without getting attached? Cause what's love if I never get that energy back? When I'm low, I'm low.
Cut it out, cut it out, cut it out. I want a nice clean game here, okay?
Home it don't belong. Yeah. And if you need me, then please replay this song. Yeah. It gon' take all of me to let you know. This the remix. It's more than the truth, and the truth got me feeling so anxious lately. And all of the darkness and pain that I thought came from you. Take that, take that, take that. And all I can think is what happens to our situation. Is it tainted? Why can't it be something kept secret but they never knew? He never lied, never. I just hold back what's inside. Won't waste any more time trying to fight it. And I'm terrified, cause what's in darkness always wants to come to light. Let's go. Now the monster in my closet lives alone. I can't give you all of me, I can't give you all of me. Cause you want too much of me, and I don't wanna be left there with none. I can't give you all of me, I can't give you all of me. Baby, if I'm everything you need, I think it's best you spend some time alone. Another second then we done. I think it's crazy that we really couldn't work this out. Your hesitation was at none. I did a blink, you made a sink, you say the two's a cry. Never thought that you would leave. You left my heart on freeze. I needed air, couldn't breathe. It really should have been me. I could tell it was the end, you stayed home. I'm emotional, heart's been broke, got to move on. Now I'm left alone on my throne. Gotta be strong, I don't like this is the remix. Honestly, I don't need you in my life. I can't give you all of me, I can't give you all of me. Cause you want too much of me, and I don't wanna be left there with none. I can't give you all of me, I can't give you all of me. Baby, I'm everything you need. I think it's best you spend some time alone. And it go. This is the remix, baby. Yeah.
All right. From the gate, there was a lot of good responses. Before I even go into that, I just want to say to Thomas English and anybody that's viewing, any rate system that happens today, it's not a downplay on your music, and it's not even to say that you can't even pass the threshold to get a deal. This is just a ballpark experience of how, and all my experiences that I got together collectively, how the angle works, to give you an idea. Something like Thomas English's record Still Can Move. I just want everyone to get an idea of where he at. But shout out to Jasmine Casper for the submission. Again, from the gate, we're not doing a deep dive on Jasper. It was just a preview submission, but I will say the energy most definitely is cool from the gate. The beat knocks, the mix, the combination. Visuals are very important. The record still hits without the visual, but a visual most definitely captures a different feel and gives the audience a direction. Most audience need the direction to be told where it goes. Unlike the movie and the book situation, like when you read the book, it's better than the movie because a director always messes up the visuals enhancement. Music videos are kind of backwards. It's rare that the video messes up the song. It either makes it better or you like the record where it's at. So that's pretty dope on that, and people are responding. I would most definitely say with a record like that, you want to get it placed in feel good spaces. That's a good record for soundtracks, television, even radio. It has that alternative mainstream vibe. Most definitely a dope record. So shout out to you. Thank you for that submission. I'm just double checking again. That wasn't a deep dive record. So we're not gonna go into the analytics of Jasper's. I really would love to see the analytics of that. Matter of fact, I'm not gonna go into the race system. We're not gonna do that. But what I am gonna do is I am going to check. Send me that track, yo. Look, send me that track, yo. But what I am gonna do is I'm going to check his analytics and see if it works, if something's going on his system. And we're gonna check that out. Jasmine. Oh, you came up with. Is it just Jasmine? I'm gonna put the full name, but is your artist name just Jasmine? Let me know if it's just Jasmine, because I put it up and something came up immediately. Something came up. I almost didn't finish. I'm like that. Let me put in Jasmine Casper anyway. Let me know if there's a I guess your name is just Jasmine. Yes, Jasmine. It just came up. So it does work. Something's going on. Thomas, analytics, just Jasmine. My brother, as soon as I put in your name in this system, I'm going to show you. You popped right up. I ain't even get to the P yet. So here you go. Let's check out the analytics. All right, so I'm just going to give you a brief analytics real quick. I'm not going to do a deep dive because I think that's unfair to everybody. But right now, you got two hot spaces. You got the United Kingdom in the United States. You're 6.7% in the United Kingdom, right? Your monthly Spotify views is predominantly USA, but you're taking off in UK. With information like this, that's when you want to start tagging in your hashtags or making posts that possibly could get to that demographic. Since we here, you might want to target a demographic out there. Your US market, I will always say keep doing that. I'm doing the analytics to give people an idea of what the labels do when they check in. So what I'm doing right now is I'm checking your playlist and I'm checking who vibing to you. Where you at? So right now you on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 playlists. That's pretty dope. You on 5 playlists. Big Ace, what's going on? One of your biggest playlisting is DJ 6 Rings. You got 744 likes. That's not bad for likes. That song that you got that on is Love You Better. And then you have you have Ray's Repeats. We have La Casa de Automatico, and Fresco Bars, and USA Top Playlist. That's pretty dope. So with those things, I would look into your playlist, and you do have that. Again, I'm not doing a deep dive. I just wanted to show what a deep dive looks like because we were unable to get Thomas's English to pop up. I'm gonna check one more. Okay, there's no data on the airplay, and then this is just songs that are taken off. And look, it's so in depth that I have your your ISCR codes along with the songs. So this is how you know the deep dive actually gets really in depth. I see you dropped a few songs in 2023, which is a good momentum. You got February, March, April, very consistent. This is something that the labels do look at. See how consistently you dropping music, because you can have a hit. You know, shout out to Dave, the official Dave So jumping on. So that's pretty good. And this is what a deep dive looks like. I'm not gonna do the rate system out of respect for those that did pay. There is one artist who did pay to do a deep dive, and I sent them their money back. Sounds crazy, right? I sent them their money back. The reason why I sent them their money back, and I'm gonna say this on air, this particular artist had a deal, and I'm shopping this artist right now, and I felt it was unfair for this artist to submit music to highlight the things that they got going. I know their analytics, I know where they fall on the rank system, and it was unfair. So I actually sent this artist back, and he was appalled. Their camp was appalled and upset with me. Like, how dare I turn them back? And I'm like, this is not for you. We know this information. You got a deal. This is for the people who are actually in pursuit. Shout out to the group BAM. They got some dope music for the deep dive. I mean, for their submission. But anyway, let's get back to some information. For all those that just jumped on right now, we were doing music submission deep dive. Our next time we do this, I will pin the information so it's much clearer. Today was our first deep dive. I wanted to give just the people a little sense of what it was we're gonna do. I'm gonna recap the deep dive right now. As an A&R, there's a system called the PAP, which I invented. This is what I use when shopping an artist. And the PAP system, as you can see right here on the screen, it's the product analytics and presentation. And when you submit a record, you start at 50%. If you fall into any of the green categories, you get 5% for every category you fall in. That's the placement of where your music goes. And then you get 5 points every bulletin under the categories in the orange yellow section. So we focus as a listener, executive, and producer, and we figure out what it is and where you are with your music. Once we get those points, and this is what I do, I tally that up. I do my deep dive. I tally that up, and then I look into where they fall, and this is the system. And you fall into your percentages. If you start with music, you already have 50% of the battle. Once you record your record and you have the product, that's 50% of the battle. That's the beginner stage. Once you come out of there, you go into the 60. You know, that's the jump start. 70 is the local act. That's when you got to spread your wings. Once you get into that 70, you got to make it or break it moment. That's the middle pinnacle. A lot of artists get to that moment and they feel like that's the all in. It's not. And then you go into the radar. Once you get into the 80%, that's the radar. People start knowing you by name. They might know your song, not really know who you are. You're probably doing some shows, getting that momentum to peak. 90% is when you're ready. That's when you're ready. When you got all the stuff lined up that can make your odds better. And if you get 100 and plus in the PAP system, you have leverage. And leverage means we can walk into a building and be like, nah, this is what we want. And it's really rare that happens, but it does happen. So this system that I use in the labels, I say, you know what? I'm going to bring it to the people so the people could get an idea of where they are. And that's what we did today. Shout out to English. Shout out to Thomas English, who did the deep dive. Before I'm gonna try one more time to pull Thomas. I really want him to see his analytics. Let's see if I just put Thomas. Okay, Thomas English, if you still on, my brother, I know he driving. It came up, so I guess that submission, it worked. It worked. Unfortunately for his submission, the reason why it didn't work is because his data analysis is very, very low. That's something he really got to build on. And again, nothing I do here is to downplay the artist. This is only to the enrichment of building artists everywhere. This is what we do here. So what I'm about to show you is most definitely not a downplay. The reason why he didn't come up is his data is not collaborating properly. So even on the charts, he doesn't make any of the charts. He's not on any playlisting right now, his airplay, but they do have the songs that he got. And if you look right here, January 1st, he had 2021, he dropped Fuck Him. So if you're looking at his music, his newest song is 2023, which is His Way. This is the one on the top, His Way by Thomas English. This is his ISRC code. So there's a 2-year gap. And this is what messed up his algorithm. And this is why initially when we went on, we could not find him. So for me not to give him the 5 points on the analytics in the producer section was accurate. He would most definitely have to build that audience for the look and analytics, how he looks on paper. Because if we just brought this, I don't care how dope your song is. If I just brought this, this is a big part of shopping someone, or even label interest, immediately they would say he needs a lot of work. So I wouldn't even bring the analytics in his sense. I wouldn't even bring the analytics to anything. Let's go into Thomas said this one shows only 4 songs. Thomas English was hitting me for some reason. There are 2 Thomas Englishes. Oh, he said there's 2. He did send another song or Spotify link, but I this is him. We know this is him because the song Fuck Him is there with he got Good Times, Life, Loved Ones, Somebody. So that is him. So I just wanted to give that viewpoint of the deep dive. Shout out to everybody that jumped on. Before we go, I'm gonna go a little bit longer. If you got a record and you want us to just do a quick review on it, music video, shoot it over to the number on the screen. I'm gonna take the Cash App down. We most took the wrong thing now. We're most definitely gonna do the deep dive again. If people were really interested in the deep dive, they can feel free to do the deep dive or just the music review. When sending the song, where can I send it to? From the link or MP3. You can send a link or MP3. I would say a link looks better for the viewers. You captivate them early. You could text that number on the screen. Again, you could send a link or MP3, whichever one is suitable for you, and we go from there. But in the meantime, I want to send a big shout out to Thomas English for that deep dive. What we're gonna do in the meantime, while everybody else is still setting up or calling, we're gonna go into another Thomas English joint in tribute to him taking that step. Taking that step to taking a deep dive. It's scary because you gotta put a lot on the line when you do that, and sometimes it's not comfortable. So there was a song that got submitted to us before. It was called Bussin'. We're gonna go into Bussin'. We're gonna check out Bussin', and I'm gonna wait to see if anybody submits some records before we go in. I'm gonna do one more breakdown of our rate system so in the future people get an understanding of it, and we're gonna go from there. So shout out to Thomas English. This is Bussin'.
For today, marvelous, Tony. Today we're gonna do Bussin'. B-U-S-S-I-N.
Bussin'. Bussin'.
game saucy. Tell them to back up off the. I tell them all chill I got. Or when these frosty, I get melted down from the heat when pressure apply. A hater and nobody who me? Lies. I slide when it's time and shine like diamonds. Clarity, no inclusions in these stones. On California breaded like croutons on a salad with teeth marks left in the lingo when it's tragic. Home of the cookies, close to the burner. And a Mac named Dre, you stay dripping in butter. So we gon' put some paint where it ain't on this. See something clean? Say this bustin', man. Bustin', baguettes looking wet up in that chain, man. Bustin'. VVS diamonds, them shining, them bustin'. Them looking clean, where you get them from? Them bustin'. Frostbit wrist like this, bustin'. I see the shoes on the whip, bustin'. Hey, I'ma kill 'em with this drip and come bustin'. Every time they see me with my fam at the functions, we bustin'. Baguettes looking wet up in that chain, man. Bustin'. VVS diamonds, them shining, them bustin'. Them looking clean, where you get them from? Them bustin'. Frostbit wrist like this, bustin'. Got 'em like who? Got 'em like what? Got 'em like, yeah, they coming with it, huh? Minus the soda, I move mountains, make it do what it do. And since they say I'm old school, I'ma act brand new and still kill 'em with the princess cuts. Leave 'em leaking, haterade all over the floor. Crickets preaching, 40 bands to the rim on the jag. No boasting, still soft bread in the heat. We stay toasted. Luke Bell let go just to wet my neck. And before I get my hair cut, tell 'em cut the check. Always coming clean, like old boy on the bottle. They see the shoes on the whip, Gucci shoes on the throttle. Bussin', baguettes looking wet up in that chain, man. Bussin'. VVS diamonds, them shining, them bussin'. Them looking clean, where you get them from? Them bussin'. Frostbit wrist like this, bussin'. I see the shoes on the whip, bussin'. Hey, I'ma kill 'em with this drip and come bussin'. Every time they see me with my fam at the functions, we bussin'. Baguettes looking wet up in the chain, man. Bussin'. VVS diamonds, them shining, them bussin'. Them looking clean, where you get them from? Them bussin'. Frostbit wrist like this, bussin'. Bussin' on us, bussin' on us, bussin' on us, bussin'.
Alright, cool. Just wanted to take that time to give Thomas English some love. If you could tell, there was a little versatility, because I don't know if you would have thought that would have been him. Shout out to Inhale who just jumped on. So we just got another submission. I do want to say and share something with artists. When you have a moment like this to send your music to anybody, not just me, not just the A&R, anybody, make sure you put your handle in the message. You never want to miss out the opportunity to be heard. Now, you sent me a link. I'm gonna let you know right now. I didn't specify you should say anything, but you sent me a link. Oh, this is David Sosa. This is David Sosa right here. This is the record. I text David, what's your handle? Because I didn't have it. I wanted to stop the music for this. It's very important. The moment you send out music, you studio Spud. He says Spud to go. Thank you to you. Salute to you, my dude. I want to share this though. Anytime you're sending out music, anytime, anywhere, any moment you have, you want to make sure your name is attached to your work. That one thing I've seen dope records being played, and people check the email. Yo, who sent that? And it's just in an email. They don't give two shits about what your email handle is, because it might not be your artist name, might not be consistent. So you got to be very careful about that. I got two things playing. I just wanted to share that real quick with everybody. Make sure you always do that. That's one to grow on. But let's go into this one. It's All About You by David Sosa. Shout out to David Sosa. And it's featuring Jasmine. Alright, so let's see what this record is about. Let's check it out, and feel free to comment down below, everybody.
I took a risk that one day we get closer, as tight as a fist. I love to reminisce about you. Oh, what a feeling. I could be dreaming. You were my healing. You're the love I needed, thought I needed. I believed in all the things you said, believed in all the things we did. But I lost me, I couldn't find me. Been thinking lately, our time here It's me and me forever, so in the mirror. What about you? It's about you. You can't forget that you matter, cause you're important too. It's me, myself, and I. Before I get too blind, not saying I'm gone, I'm not moving on, cause your love, you know it feels right.
Oh, the feels, all the love and the healing, it's all about you.
It's all about you.
What about you?
What about you?
Ooh, give your heart, give your time, give your all, but don't forget about you.
Don't forget about you.
Don't forget about you. It's about the way you choose and how you move and navigate through this labyrinth of life. It's about the way that you engage, the way that you relate, interact with fate. Oh, it's just the synergy, the matching energy. If you're moving against or in tandem with me, it's just not how you love, but is it too much? Are you factoring you, centered in you, in everything you do? What about you? It's about you. You can't forget that you matter, that you're important too. We so freely love and give, don't give ourselves enough or even really live. Go within. Oh, the feels, all the love and the healing, it's all about you. It's all about you. What about you? Give your heart, give your time, give your all, but don't forget about you. Don't forget about you. Don't you forget about. 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 Don't you forget about you. I know my value, I know my worth, and I'm not afraid to put me first.
See, I can love freely, wholeheartedly, but not at the expense of me.
It's all about you.
Don't forget about you.
What about you? Give your heart, give your time, give your all, but don't forget about you.
Don't forget about you.
Don't forget about you.
Yo, nice. That was dope. Real clean R&B. A lot of people were feeling that. I love the vibe, the feel. I'm not gonna do a deep dive because I had some people pay for the deep dive. But I will say this: if anybody was watching it and you saw a little circle in the corner of the video, that was actually the system telling me to check the analytics. So there is analytics to that record. I am so curious to that, but we can't do the deep dive on that. But the energy of that was really sonically combined. The song, the texture was really dope. I did peep a melody in there. I don't know if it was strategically used, but I did catch a melody in there which made me smile because the way it was flipped was really dope. But that was just the engineer and the executive of me. I was like, okay, I caught something in there. That was really dope. But the way y'all flipped it, the way y'all incorporated everything, that was really, really dope. Really dope. I'm gonna go into another brother. He sent over. Let's check out. He sent over. Matter of fact, let's not even stop the music. He sent over an MP3. My set want to play both records. He sent over an MP3. We're gonna check that out right now. I'm gonna drag this over here. Let me clear out all my stuff here real quick, and we're gonna go into this brother's record. This song is called Formula. It's Todd Chills, Formula. Feel free to let him know what you feel. I see everybody doing it. He said thank you just for listening. I really want to do the deep dive on that record so bad because the thing, you know, the warning came up to check it out. So I wanted to check it out. TCO Breezy, what's going on at the A&R Desk? So this is Todd Chills. Let's check out Todd Chills. And again, feel free to let him know what you think. We're not going to do a deep dive on this record, but we're going to give it a review. Let's check it out.
What's the formula to a real family? Cause the blood we walk on ain't thick enough. Is it real love? What's the formula? I'm tryna figure it out, I think I already fumbled enough. What's the formula? What's the formula? What's the formula? Tryna figure it out, I think I already fumbled enough. Every day just another bubble in the gut. Tryna find someone that I could really trust, I could really love. Loyalty that don't come with a second thought. Feels impossible through certain experiences. Can't talk on the family that ain't show me no differences. Lost time left in the wind. Why do our habits push us to sin? What does it really take to win? Lost some real ones, blinded by the evil within. Saying that they love me, without loyalty you can't be for me. You might backdoor me. What's the formula to a real family? Cause the blood we walk on ain't thick enough. Is it real love? What's the formula? I'm tryna figure it out, I think I already fumbled enough. What's the formula? What's the formula? What's the formula? I'm tryna figure it out, I think I already fumbled enough. Fumble, then I tumbled. I tried to see the bigger picture as it all crumbled. Still made it through, just had to hustle. Passionately motivated not to struggle. Is it survival over love? What will they do when their backs against the wall? Can you trust when you fall? Or is it the knife that catches it all? What's the formula to a real family? Cause the blood we walk on ain't thick enough. Is it real love? What's the formula? I'm tryna figure it out, I think I already fumbled enough. What's the formula? What's the formula? What's the formula? I'm tryna figure it out, I think I already fumbled enough. What's the formula? What's the formula? Yeah. What's the formula? I'm tryna figure it out, I think I already fumbled enough.
Yo, I like that. First I want to say the song ends at 222. Those are great numbers right there, my brother. Great numbers right there. That was Todd Chills with Formula. My man said, yo, what's the formula? Blood ain't thick enough. What's going? I love the vibe of that. I want to tell y'all something, right? And I don't know if y'all could really compute what I'm gonna say real quick, right? In the music business, there's two aspects. There is an aspect to music. The particular listener listens to music in one way. Right? It's just music. The key to genres, the subcategories in genre. But there's this mark in music. You get a few breaks, like, Jermaine Dupri was really good at it with Crisscross. There was an ABC market. A Boogie tapped into that market. He got a little bit older. He came out of that. The Rolly, this my Rolly, though they went into that market. Records like this fall into this market, right? And it's a hip hop. It's a mainstream hip hop market, right? It's almost tapping pop, but it doesn't reach close to pop. They look for records like this. Now, the downfall, and I'm just sharing this, not saying for you, Todd, dope record. Love what you're saying. I like how you put it together. It's easy listening. Sometimes you gotta listen too hard or something, or the beat is just trying to drag you to an easy listening. With records like this, has a double-edged sword to it. Be careful how you flip the coin, because records like this get marketed to a demographic that don't hold on to it. And I'm just sharing information. The young demographic don't hold on. It's not a fan-based music, right? It's attention span music, or what the attention span music transferred into what's trending music. That demographic don't hold on to audience. They got blinders and they on to now. So be careful with records like that. And when you do records like that, make sure you have that record not to lock you in. Just wanted to share some A&R tips with you, and that doesn't just pertain to you, Ty. Dope record again, easy listening automatically. Even if you're not listening to your tones, the key that you in is clean. It's not saturated with auto tune. Very dope record. But records like that, you have to be careful, because records like that will most definitely get someone in a door, especially if they have the analytics and they have the numbers. It can get you in the door, but labels invest in it for now with no intentions of later. And if you think I'm lying, look at every I don't want to say youthful record. Look at every record that came into that sound, from the A Boogies to you name it. Even though A Boogie's still here, he was able to transfer out of that market. But there is a market where they invest in you because of that sound. It cultivates and captures a demographic. It's a midway point. It's safe enough to get a few older people, and it feels old enough to grab some young folks so they could fill away. So just wanted to share that to you. What was the name of it again? The name was called Formula. The name was called Formula. So I see the burger. So Miss Jackson said, mark your calendars every Wednesday night. It's true, every Wednesday night at 9:30. We go on with the A&R Desk, where we bring A&R and right to your phone. Today was a deep dive and music review. If you wanted your music review, you could send in your music. We would review it. If you wanted a deep dive, it was $20 through the Cash App. We did your deep dive. What's the deep dive? We went into the analytics. We pulled up your overseas numbers, your Instagram. We did a deep check. We checked everything. We was able to do that with Thomas English. I shout out to him. So he got a feel of his Instagram, his analytics through the DSPs, and also through the different categories and where his rating system will be. We also gonna have, is it a smash, where talents go head to head, toe to toe, and the viewers watching vote, and the winner wins different things, from money to opportunities like walking into a record label. That's right, walking into a record label, getting on the radio, having a song in rotation, or also an interview. Shout out to Miss Jackson Media Group. Shout out to Epic TV. Shout out to DJ BJ Clark for offering these outlets and messing with the movement that we got here at the A&R Desk. Stay tuned. Every episode will be something that's geared for the artist. We'll be sharing information and so forth. So if you ready to work, I'm ready to work. So let's get to work. Thanks for everybody for hanging out with me today. It was really cool. I'm glad we got to get to the Thomas English though. I'm really glad we got to get to the Thomas English deep dive. He did come up after we submitted his Spotify. But I do want to say, for those who were on, you see how fast that works. We sent in the Spotify link and everything came up. And the reason why there was a gap, there was a 2-year gap in his analytics, which didn't compute because there wasn't there. So that just goes to show how being consistent, even with a dope record, in shopping a record. And again, everything I'm saying does not give or take from a dope record. Everybody that played a record today was dope music. It set a vibe. If some people liked it or felt things were off or whatever, it was dope music, fire music. So shout out to everybody who submitted music. Again, what we did today doesn't define what's dope. We're just getting you prepared for the next stages. Whatever stage you at, another one. Right? And that's what we doing here at the A&R Desk. Shout out to all of us. DJ Sam says, shout out to all of us. Yeah, shout out to the viewer for hanging out and also being the audience for the people to get some energy. It's nothing like an artist having a product and not getting no energy. So shout out to all the viewers for hanging out with me. Thank you. This is Spud Brooklyn. I'm here at the A&R Desk. We conclude another day. Shout out to everybody that jumped on. If you want to see the other episodes, this is episode 6. Shout out to our selective sponsor, Nike. I did not play no videos for them. Yeah, whatever. But shout out to them. Shout out to everybody else too. If you want to check it out, go to spudbrooklyn.com. If you're not following me, follow me. If you're not following me. All right, if you're not following me, follow me. Holla. Be safe. Be creative. Take a rest. This is the A&R Desk. Have a good night.